a day, so that's about 1,000 over per day what we're supposed to be eating, which is not very good at all. Eating at home also makes it much easier to keep track of those calories, obviously, because all the products have nutrition labels, and even though a lot of restaurants are starting to have calorie things on their menus, not everyone's doing it, and especially in drive-thru menus, you don't see like, hey, this Big Mac has 5 million calories. So. Also, another way to stay safe is it's easier to keep track of food allergies, obviously if you're eating at home, because a lot of restaurants don't have ingredient lists. Also, something we don't want to talk about is that when you're at a restaurant, a lot of people that you don't know are touching your food. So, according to Wikipedia alone, like our gentleman here who works at a restaurant.
Which restaurant do you work at?
McDonald's.
According to
information is on the box.
According to Wikipedia, in the United States alone, using FoodNet data from 1996 to 1998, there were 76 million foodborne illness cases, which is about 26,000 cases for every 100,000 people. So about 1 in 4 people had foodborne illness those years. Including 5,000 people actually died from these foodborne illnesses, believe it or not. According to newsinferno.com, salmonella is the deadliest of the foodborne illnesses, and a lot of restaurants have salmonella outbreaks. In the summer of 2008, 700 people in the Chicago area suffered from a salmonella outbreak from a food cart in the Chicago Food Festival. And of course, in the beginning, I was talking about how Jack in the Box had a huge E. coli outbreak, and that's because they were cooking the temperature of their hamburgers about 25 degrees less than they're supposed to, so they were undercooked meat. And also other fast food chains had that problem as well. In December 2006, all of Philadelphia's Taco Bells had to close down because about 65 people were ill from E. coli. And the worst part is it wasn't even from the meat, it was in the onions, which shows that there was cross-contamination and people weren't washing their hands properly. And even the nicest, most expensive restaurants, according to Wikipedia, they have trouble as well. In February of this year, the Fat Duck, which is a Michelin 3-star restaurant in the UK, so one of the fanciest top restaurants, had 400 reports of illness caused by the oysters that they had. And then it would have been contained except the staff wasn't good at keeping clean. So the norovirus spread to 400 of their patrons. And if you ever are curious, you can go to Virginia Department of Health's website and look up any restaurant in Virginia and see their health requirements, or what they failed on. And unfortunately, hand washing is a big thing that they fail on. So obviously, when you're at home, you take better care of your food and the preparation because you know you're going to be eating it. So you would hopefully be cleaner. As we have seen, cooking at home in the long run saves you money and is much better for your health. Cooking at home is more cost-effective than eating out at restaurants and even fast food places. Plus, it's better for your health than eating at restaurants because you're able to control your calories and your food size portions, as well as more easily prevent foodborne illness. Some people are afraid to start cooking because they've never done it and they've always eaten out, but you're never too old to learn how to cook. In fact, Julia Child is famously quoted as saying, "I was 32 when I started cooking. Up until then, I just ate." So that's the end of my speech, and thank you guys. Yay! How long is it?
Something like 50.